I personally was up till, 12:30 Mountain Time, and I can't even imagine Eastern Time, 2:30 Eastern Time, watching the end of that Colorado State game, which, I mean, that we can transition to that right now, personally.
Let's go right into it.
Because, I mean, the fact that people are flying out, we got The Rock there, you got Lil Wayne, you got Offset, you got all these A-list celebs showing out to Boulder, Colorado, to watch a Colorado State versus Colorado game, which is normally just like whatever, But, I mean, the Deion primetime effect is there. People are watching. People are entertained. And that was an entertaining one on Saturday night is what I thought.
Yeah. And, there's still talk about that game.
Yeah.
I put something up on Twitter. I was like, only Deion Sanders can make Colorado versus Colorado State entertaining. And that was probably, for most people, that was the game of the week.
It was so entertaining. Yeah. I can't wait to look at the viewership. But I'm expecting that one to maybe be, top of the views again this week.
Yeah, there's something like 16 million viewers between their first 2-week games.
Yeah.
Against a ranked TCU and then, their rivalry with Nebraska.
But I mean, that was at the time. I mean, Nebraska's not even ranked. So it's normally just not even that intriguing of a matchup.
So it's like, everyone who is even kind of somewhat competent in viewers would assume that Colorado State and Colorado would drop in viewers, but I have a feeling that it could outdo both those games.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely a chance because everybody had their eyes glued to that TV.
And the hype, I think, what were they predicted? 2.5 wins on the year or something? Or
something low, yeah.
Something low. And I mean, they already have 3. They already have triple the amount of wins they did last year. So, I mean, people are intrigued. Primetime is creating some buzz in Boulder. And obviously they got a big one next week, jumping into conference play against Oregon on the road. So,
yeah, and announced today that Travis Hunter's not going to be there.
Out for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any necessarily any details on his injury, but I mean, we can all admit that was a very cheap shot.
Yeah. People are discussing it like it's like it wasn't.
That's not a football play. And the fact that he remained in that game for making a non-football play is just beyond me. And then, it's so beyond me. I mean, this is arguably their best player, probably is their best player, between him and Sheduer. And he's out for 3 weeks because number 11 makes just some cheap shot. And there's really no retaliation except for the 15 yards.
Yeah, I will say one thing I've been seeing about that player number 11 is his family's apparently been getting a lot of hate.
Yeah.
Which is like, I get it. The play he made was not acceptable, but like, there's no need to go after him and his family.
Yeah. We do not support that type of behavior. Yeah. Absolutely. But
so it's like, I don't support the hit. Like the hit was definitely dirty. Yeah. And I think you're right. He should have been ejected. He should have been out the game, but going after him and his family, I don't know about that either.
Yeah. And it's like, let the NCAA, let the team, punish him and take care of it. It's like, we don't need any death threats, anything like that. It's way too extreme. Yeah. It's football,
Yeah. And, I think that was the weird thing about the game in general is there was points where it didn't really feel like a football game.
Oh my gosh. Physical. You could tell there was lots of chirping going on.
Lots of chirping, lots of late hits, lots of, just, it's almost like all the players took the comments that have been going back and forth like personal.
For me, with Coach Norvell, he made that comment in the interview where he's like, I've never seen so many flags thrown on a team. And I was like, dude, or you could just admit like, hey, we're false starting. We're making dumb decisions, getting these unsportsmanlike fouls. And it's like, get your team together and make some better mental decisions and maybe there'll be less flags on you. I just didn't really like that he wasn't, taking accountability for that.
Well, and that's what Deion did. Deion did at halftime. He's like, we gotta fix all that stuff up.
Yeah.
We gotta get it right. That's on us.
Yeah.
So I think that's why Deion's so great.
Yeah. Sheduer had that Brady moment though. That Brady moment was great. I mean, that last drive with about a $1:30 left on the clock and to be able to go down and, convert the 2-point conversion, get it done in double OT was just, that was.
I don't know. I don't want to come off as like a hater, but like, I just don't think he should have had to have a Brady moment.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not.
That game should have been, I think we talked about it last week. That game should have been dusted,
Yeah.
at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Colorado State, they came out and they put up a bigger fight than I expected. So, I mean, props to them. But, I mean, Colorado got that dog in them, was able to get it done.
we got to talk about that field storming, though.
Dude,
What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
well, the thing is, I want to say, like, you got to act like you've done it before. But, I mean, they haven't done it in a while.
No,
They don't win games like that. I mean, they don't know how to act.
I mean, like we talked about the Nebraska one. We gave them a pass. Big rivalry game.
You just surpassed the amount of wins that you did last year.
First win that they saw at home since Cal last year. Like, okay, we'll slide it. We'll let it slide. But like Colorado State at home, come on.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
And I know it's an in-state rivalry, so it's kind of like I want to give them a pass, but it's like, hey, you got some big games coming up and you can't be storming the field on every game. And I think it'd be more appropriate if you waited for maybe a USC win.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, the whole state can storm that field.
Oh yeah, yeah. If they pull it off against USC, then
they could throw a parade for all I care.
Oh my gosh,
yeah. USC, but like when I saw the fans start coming down, I was like, no.
Yeah,
I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, stop them right now, please.
It's Colorado State.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but shout out to Colorado. They're 3-0. They're going to Eugene this week. That's gonna be a game of the week for sure.
Yeah, Pac-12 is gonna be firing off next week. I know we got at least 2 ranked matchups. And I think 6 across the nation, right? 5 or 6,
something like that. Yeah.
So I mean, it's gonna be a big week 4. I know that last week we were like, hey, take a breath. Week 3 should be chill. Happened to not be chill, so it's like you got to take a midweek breath because week 4 is about to be crazy.
Yeah, we're about to talk about every single game across the nation because it's a bunch of ranked matchups everywhere. Yeah. Colorado 3-0. No one expected them to be here going into Pac-12 play, and I think this is where it all gets a little foggy for them.
A little foggy.
A little bit.
It's just going to be rough. Travis Hunter out for the next 3 weeks, and they got some daunting ones coming up.
Yep.
They got Oregon and Eugene this upcoming weekend.
Yep.
Then they got the Trojans the following week, that one at home. But, I mean, we're talking about probably their best player, two-way player. He's out for 3 weeks. So, I mean, that's obviously going to hurt them.
Yeah, you can say their best offensive and defensive player is out.
Yeah, seriously.
So it's like
with one guy.
Yeah.
With one guy. So, yeah, I think that especially after seeing how much of an impact he had on those first 2 weeks, it was just, I don't know. You just hate to see it.
Yeah. And, I was looking through their schedule and they really play everybody. I think the only team they don't play is Oregon State.
Really?
So they got Utah. They got Oregon and USC, like you mentioned. They play Wazoo. They play UCLA. And they play Washington.
Oh, they do?
So,
wow.
Yeah, I think they play everybody.
That's pretty much, that's everybody.
So,
yeah, it might be rough. You think they'll fizzle out? You think they're still going to have to really grind out to be able to come bowl eligible?
Bowl eligible, I think they will probably be good. But I'm thinking, they got Oregon this week. I think that's when the hype starts slowing down a little bit.
You think they're going to give them the work?
Oregon is 20.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
20.5.
Yeah. And I think I saw that. That was the case even before Travis Hunter was injured.
Well, I texted you last week and I was like, did you know that Oregon is 14-point favorites?
It was 14.
Against Colorado? And then you're like, yeah, I knew that. I was like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I looked at the line today. It is 20.5.
20.5. And it's crazy to think that Travis Hunter has like a 6-point, at least a 6-point spread, impact on a line.
Yeah. And like, I don't think it's crazy to say that Oregon covers that line.
Yeah.
Like I see a world where they win, by 21. So
yeah,
I think for a lot of casual college football fans, I think you're really about to learn that Colorado isn't that team. Hey,
I mean, you doubt Dion. He goes out there, he could really just shock the world. It's his chance to do it again. I mean, they were 20.5-point favorites or underdogs going into week
TCU,
1.
Right? Yeah.
This is their chance to go out and shock the world again. So should still be an enticing matchup.
I think I'm pretty comfortable with this one.
With the cover?
Not necessarily the cover, but I think Oregon's winning.
Yeah.
I think Oregon's winning. And I think it's going to be a pretty big win. I'm not saying it's going to be plus 20 and a half.
Yeah.
I think they win by 17 though.
Yeah.
So
it'll be interesting to see how this team responds. You know, they've just been riding this high. I mean, 3-0, the whole country's watching them. They got A-list celebs pulling up to their game. And I kind of thought maybe there was a little bit distraction, you know, around campus, you know, going into a Colorado State team who maybe they overlooked.
Well, I saw someone bring this up about, you know, Dion and kind of his persona is, you know, it's personal.
Yeah.
Is there a point where it kind of becomes a little bit too much?
What do you mean?
Where you're kind of like, if every week that's kind of the thing that's hyping you up to go play football games, it's like, oh, they said something, it's personal.
Yeah.
It's like, how long can you really ride that?
Or what if someone goes out there and just doesn't say anything?
Because like,
then they got to make something up to have some motivation.
Because like technically Dan Lanning, Oregon's head coach, has already put, you know, fuel on that fire.
I saw that.
It was way earlier in the year when Colorado left for the Big 12. He was kind of like, you know, no big deal.
Yeah.
Like, what do they want?
Yeah.
Like, what have they done? They haven't done anything.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's like, it's not really a direct shot at the team this year because it's mostly new players, new staff.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, if you're talking about buffs and if you want to get personal there, then it's definitely is personal.
But, you know, we'll preview that game for sure this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think it really gets real for Colorado really quickly. They got USC the week after that. And, you know, like I said, they play all the best teams. The Pac-12 is at Oregon State.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, if Oregon or if Colorado wins this weekend, I'll go buy some Dion shades. You deal with me? Yeah.
I have to, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it right now. If Colorado wins this weekend, I will order them right after the game.
Did you see how much sales he's gotten on those things?
Like over 1 million or something.
Well, I saw something today that it's like 4.5 million now.
Oh my gosh, dude.
So
the money's there, the buzz is there, the eyes are there, everyone's watching, but you know, will they continue this momentum going into conference play?
We'll see. I'm gonna say it right now, Colorado is the most glorious 7-5 team of all time.
The most watched 7-5 team. Okay, we're definitely gonna clip that. We're gonna clip that. We're gonna clip that. He's gonna be flooded with DMs.
Bookmark it. Do whatever you want with it. Colorado finished 7-5.
Yeah, everyone's gonna flood your DMs after that one.